So we have a full list of 22 different Hattenbas in Tokyo. People there are not picky at all. Like you can just go in and like get into the action like right away.
Really quickly, really. And that whole building is like the gay building. And there were all these really handsome younger guys.
Hi, Tokyo Tops.
So today we thought we'd do something different and do a tier list of our favorite Hattenba. You're messaging us all the time and I'm in Tokyo and I want to go here and I want to go there and where should I go?
So we have a full list of 22 different Hattenbas in Tokyo.
And this is for all you people who think that there isn't any gay life going on in Tokyo.
So now you guys know where you should go. But again, I want to say this is our own experience.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, because we rate it as like S tier, it's the best. It's more for fun and entertaining purpose.
Just take it with a grain of salt, have fun with us. And
Okay.
I've never done this before, so this will be fun.
First one, Boiler Room. So Boiler Room is a Hattenba club in Shinjuku. So they always have like DJ playing music over there as well. And they have like a small dark area that you can kind of like fondle a little bit. But can you play there? Can you like do the full play?
You can't do full on play. I think Boiler Room is now shedding off a lot of its Hattenba elements. Like if we're thinking about 2 years ago, or even 3 or 4, I think it used to be a lot more playful.
Okay.
Now it's more like a bar. They'll have go-go boys come and everyone's like partying and drinking, having fun. And if you meet someone you want to sort of like touch a little bit, you can sort of go into the corner. But I don't personally see that much action anymore. Like you've been recently, haven't you?
But that's delight. Is it the same thing? I feel it's still different, right? Like there is a still separation between the two.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I haven't been to Boiler Room in a long time.
I mean, well, let's give it a place first. I'm gonna put it, okay, it's not the most amazing place I've ever been. So I'm gonna put it B. What do you think?
I'd put it C personally.
You would C? Okay.
And the reason why is because I think it's a very light play place. And for me, personally, if I'm gonna go Hattenba, I don't wanna do a sort of like gray area zone in between.
Next one.
Oh, Body Breath? I guess Body Breath.
常連だからね。
Yeah, I think Body Breath is probably S tier.
いつもお世話になってます。
Yeah.
Okay, skip.
You don't want to talk about it?
I saw a comment online saying like, oh, if you're super hot, go to Volcano, which we're gonna talk about later. But if you are like mid, if you're like,
Go to Body
if you're
Breath.
like-
So this is on their website and someone says, I'm a bit nervous because it's my first time to visit a cruising spot in Japan, and then they say, we're open to everyone.
which is not true.
That's what I thought too. I thought that was kind of funny that they would post it that way because they have directly below an example of how they're not open to everyone because they have hairstyle rules.
Yeah. I actually got rejected once before.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So
I
it's-
had bangs.
They're not open to everyone because they have rules. But having said that, I do think that, getting back to your comment before about mid, I think that perhaps they still have sort of like requirements, but they're looser than other places. I'm more likely to get into a place like that.
Body breath is S.
And why do you think it's S?
Accessibility. And I think the crowd is okay. Some people are really picky, but not like everyone's like super picky like other places I've heard. I think the guys there are fine.
And I think it's a big enough space. There's a lot to do, a lot to walk around. There's a nice relaxing space with good showers. There's also vending machines.
But one problem I have with their bathroom, well not bathroom, the shower room, is that the water doesn't go down.
Yeah, it kind of pools
always-
a little bit. So please do your preparation in the stalls before going.
No, they should just like, what's the problem with the drain?
The drain.
Yeah.
A lot of people are using it. I think it's one of the most popular bathhouses in Tokyo. The interesting thing about Body Breath, it's connected to Bear Camp. So Bear Camp's actually next door. And if you are a little bit bigger, you can go back and forth between the two. You have to go and ask for a key that allows you to go into between both. And then they'll judge you at the front.
Oh my god, yesterday there was a guy looking like you, and he was asking for the bear camp.
And he got rejected?
He got rejected. And like staff was like, from my eyes, like I think you are slim.
Yeah.
Like I don't think you are a bear. And he was like a white guy, I think has a great body, but more like toned.
Okay.
Yeah, and he got rejected for bear camp.
It's free to try. You can always ask them, but it's at their discretion, so.
So next, 24.
24.
No.
Never been. Right.
I personally think this.
See, and why do you think that?
You know, why do I think that? Like, why do you always
yeah,
ask
that's
me?
true. I know why. So Meng here thinks it's really a little bit dirty and a little bit, the setup is not fancy. The setup of 24 upstairs is like barracks with a lot of like bunk beds sort of stacked side by side. It looks like a barracks.
It looks like
I mean, you don't say that. I see what you mean. It seems very like they've just put a whole bunch of bunk beds together and everyone's sort of like climbing up and around and stuff like that. It almost looks like we're going on like high school trip somewhere, you know what I mean?
That would be more fun.
Well, that would be it. Well, I think it's good if you're more into more public fun, but I can also understand like if you want to be a little bit more private, it's not really a great place to be.
Also, it's 3,300 yen, no, 900?
Yeah.
3,900, so almost 4,000 yen. It's, I think, the most expensive one.
It is the most expensive one. I would have put it in A, and the reason why it's not S, I think, is because of the price increase, because it's extremely expensive. It's about 3 times as expensive. Well, 2.5,
yeah.
As all the other ones. But the thing that's beneficial for me as a white man is that it's very open to foreigners. Even though I'm paying more, I'm more likely to meet someone who's interested in me at 24. But I would do it back down to A because I think it's a little bit, it's too expensive.
Okay.
But does that mean then that we grade it B because we go for average?
Yeah, let's meet in the middle, you know?
Okay.
Next, cave. I've never been to there.
I've never been to cave.
Okay, never been. We can't judge.
Yeah.
But people say it's like really good for bears.
Bears, yeah. So a lot of, I think even when we went to Boom Boom, they recommended
cave was mentioned?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we asked the Boom Boom, which was Boom Boom Mama-san, which Hattenba were good for bears, and he said cave. Give it a shot. Let us know in the comments if you've been.
Bump. Okay.
You like.
I think.
I know.
I think this is where it should be.
A.
What do you think?
I think it's B. So the reason why I say B for bump is mainly just because I'm not very successful at bump. I think the crowd for bump is like salarymen on their way home from work, right?
Yes.
And so I think people who like salarymen on their way home from work are people who probably like Asian businessmen.
Well, I mean, around the Shinbashi area, it's very like Nihon no Kigyo.
Yes.
Yeah.
For me, I like it, but I find myself not going there as often because I'm like, oh, well, I'm probably going to get ignored for an hour or so before, you know, kospa ga warui.
Okay. Yeah. I do like bump. As you said, like salaryman, it has its charm, right?
Yes.
Like suits is a fetish, right?
Yeah.
And it's quite close to my my old workplace. So it was like after work, Monday to Friday, and you can go there like very easily. Can we do like a high B or low A for bump?
Yeah, I don't know how you do that.
So we just put in before 24.
Oh, I see. Okay. What? It gets higher than 24? Wow.
What do you think?
Okay,
do you think it's a crime?
I mean, not for me, but this is a balanced group effort.
Okay,
so.
sure.
GB Hunks. You've never been to GB Hunks?
I've never been there before.
GB Hunks is in Nakano. I would say it's Nakano's answer to Volcano. That's the attempt. It's trying to be
the volcano of Nakano.
It's a little bit looser on the requirements than Volcano. So I can get in, but then the difficult part is that I tend to fully get ignored because people are going there for muscle.
So I can't vote, so it's your choice.
It's C. I want it to be higher, but my experience is I'm wasting a lot of time usually in there and just walking around. There is a fun room though, very, very dark. In the side where you can just literally like lay in wait and it's super dark and people come in. Next.
Is it Glory
Hole Bar? Glory Hole Bar. C. Why?
I only been there once and I got like completely ignored. Is that true?
Is that true? Is that true?
Or did I not remember it correct?
For me it's B. It's more expensive than other Hattenba in Tokyo, minus 24. There are no discounts at all. So a lot of these places, if you keep going a bunch of times, you can get like a membership card and they'll give you special discounts. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Glory Hole Bar is always 1,800 yen. And 1,800 versus like the other ones, it's about 50% more. And that's because it comes with a drink.
So you're totally voting this because of money?
I don't need a drink. I would probably go to another one that's closer because it's on the other side of town. Closer and cheaper. That makes more financial sense. And
it's very muscle to muscle, no?
I don't think it's very muscle to muscle. Really? I do get ignored more than other bars, but I still have fun. And the bartender's really fun. And like if you want to go somewhere and chat and have a good time with the bartender, and then have a drink, and then go to the back to have some fun, that's
you're saying this is Nakano? No, this is Shinjuku one.
This is Ueno.
Ueno? Then maybe I've never been, so then the bartender is very fun. Okay, I just
Bartenders
realized
are fun, yeah. And they have like a whole bar, and you have your drink, and in between going to the, back room and stuff like that and coming out, you can like have drinks and talk with and you can also like chat with, the person beside you. So it's like a low bar for entry. Like you can go in and sort of, you don't have to push your comfort too far, right? Your comfort zone too far. You can go in and do what you want. And if you want to go back and play, you can. But if you want to just sort of like check out the area, have a couple drinks, you can do that. But for me, I kind of want to just like
get into the action.
Yeah.
I see, you don't need a drink. Then because I can't vote it, you think it's B, we just gotta put it in the B. Okay.
Ddog, have you been?
No, I've never been. Where is it?
It's Sugamo. Yeah.
What is the clientele?
Clientele, I would say, is like, I want to say average to muscular, but I think it's actually a little bit higher than average. Sports. Like
sporty.
You're doing sports. You can tell that you're on the volleyball team or something like that, or the swimming team. What's really nice about this one is it's by the Tennen Onsen that I love. Sakura. You know Sakura,
Yeah,
right?
I know Sakura.
Yeah, it's like
the gay place.
It's not that gay.
But like lots of gay people
Lots
go
of
there.
gay people go there. Probably because there's Ddog there as well. I have to put it at C though.
Okay.
Because I often get ignored there.
But it's not muscle to muscle.
It's not muscle to muscle, but I also think part of it is Asian for Asian.
C where?
In front of GB. I think it's a high C.
High C.
It's a high C. It's a high C because I'd still go and I still like it, but every time I go, I'm preparing to be ignored for a good amount of time until someone
save you from your misery.
Save me from my misery. Yeah.
Are you familiar with this one? Gate A. Have you been there before?
Urata?
No, in Tokyo Station.
No.
I've been there a couple of times.
Okay.
But I think it's more like older salarymen. Like 40から50ぐらい.
Okay.
I think that's the crowd. It created that fantasy. It's like you're playing with your joshi. So people there are not picky at all. Like you can just go in and like get into the action like right away.
Really quickly, really. I wonder if that's also because they're a little bit older and
it is.
As you get older, you feel freer to sort of like, I think a lot of young places, people are shy.
Yeah, even me, I become more bold. Like after entering like 30 years old, you know?
Yeah.
But do I put it into B or C? See, I didn't talk very negatively about this, but I think it's below 24. So I'm gonna put it somewhere C.
Men's Club Meet.
That one is in Shinjuku, right?
Yes.
Ichome.
Have you been?
No, you told me to go, but...
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, but I just like, I don't know, like their plate is like broken.
Oh, really?
Like, I'm like, why don't you fix that? It's like a little, like dirty little rusty, like a door thing, right? Obake-yashiki みたいな感じ.
It is kind of like a little small building, but almost looks like a big house. I would say it's a high C. And the reason why I say that is because when I go, always have a good time. People are more into foreigners. Most people are kind of my type. They have a really interesting night, pretty much where you just have nomi hodai. So you have unlimited drinks. That kind of loosens people up. People start getting a little bit like nastier and stuff like that. And I had this like one conversation, like,
but you just said you don't need a drink. That's what you said.
I don't. But no, it's like included in the thing.
So there's no extra money.
There's no extra money. You just pay entrance.
How much is that?
1,500 yen.
Then why don't everyone just go there to drink?
Maybe they will now, right? Maybe they just don't know. When people are drinking, they're in a communal area. So everyone's kind of like naked and drinking together.
And just kind of like chatting.
And sometimes you chat. And of course, as people get more drunk, they get more bold, right? So they'll be like saying, like, if you and I went, we'd be like, I'm saying in a loud voice, hey Meng, like look over there at that guy's tool. And that's what's really fun about that place, and that's why I enjoyed it. But I would say that it has a lot of stiff competition in Shinjuku from other places. And I'm also not always wanting to go get drunk to get it.
But can you get like a oolong cha instead of like...
You could.
Yeah,
you could.
What's the...
Yeah,
you can get free water.
I guess so. I guess you could do that. Yeah. Maybe I should put it low B.
Because I heard people talking about it like in a very positive way.
It is a good place. It is a good place. The more I'm talking about it, the more I'm remembering it. It
deserves at least 24 rank, right? I think. No?
Put it low B, yeah.
Low B, like here.
Sure,
okay, let's do that. Okay. This one, I've never been, but I always wanted to go. Shibuya Physical Warehouse. Have you heard of it before?
Yes, so it used to be, I believe, in Gotanda. It was quite good when it was in Gotanda. It was very much like open to various ages and body types and everything. And then COVID hit, and I think they had a sister location in Shibuya, and they merged into one because of COVID.
But what I heard about this one is more like young to young, like young guys to young guys.
Yes. So when it merged, it kind of merged with the other one's requirements.
So this one's dead, basically.
Yeah, so they took the name of the old one and they brought it to the new one, and it has more requirements and it's younger. I think I went once or twice. I remember feeling that I just managed to get in. They were kind of also like, fine, yeah. And like, I don't want to go all the way to Shibuya to have that happen. And then if they say like no, then I'm stuck in Shibuya. I mean, Shibuya's great. I love Shibuya.
But I heard a lot of good thing about this place is like people would say like you should totally check it out, like it's more, I think it's more of your type people like going there. But because I've never been, so I'm gonna respect your judgment where we should put it.
I would put it C, but maybe you can put it high C.
No, but I have never been, so it's your judgment.
C,
like low C, like here.
Yeah.
Like here, you hate it.
No, I don't hate it.
Okay, Ninja.
Ninja's A.
A? Okay.
Oh, you haven't been yet?
I've never been.
Why aren't you going?
What's the clientele over there? Is
clientele is everyone. I wouldn't say there are that many bigger body types, but not necessarily super muscular. I think it's very average. Yeah. I just find everyone there is welcoming. I'm ignored everywhere essentially at some point, but I always feel with Ninja like norigai in general, kind of like how you were talking about with Gaiden. It seems like people are there to have fun. People are there at Ninja to have fun, whereas sometimes with Body Breath, as good as it is, it can be very choosy. But the reason I didn't put it in S is because I think it's quite small. While the crowd is good, the vibe is good, if you get there, no one's really your type, you're kind of screwed.
So next, I've never been there before.
I've never heard of this before.
Why you put on the list?
I put it on because I think it's unique. Like when we were doing this video, I almost wanted to go in advance to like research.
I'm wondering, are you going as this or are you going as
Exactly.
this?
I think I'm in a middle part, right? Am I going as a son or am I going as a daddy, right?
Where is it?
It's Ueno, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Wish list to try it out. Dobermann. Have you been?
No. Have you been?
Yes.
You're so knowledgeable.
Dobermann is a C above the warehouse one.
This one here.
Yeah.
Why?
You will not like Dobermann. Think of 24 but with carpet.
Ew. No.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. A little bit more run down, I would think. And I think they smoke in it too. Actually though, reminds me, you know how Shin Okubo is a little bit grungy as a station?
Yeah.
Think of a Hattenba like that.
I don't hate Shin Okubo.
I don't hate Shin Okubo either. I love Shin Okubo. Yeah. But you see that vibe.
Next, Volcano. I think one of the most popular ones. I always hear very good, I mean not good stories, but like stories about how the quality of guys are really, really high over there. Everyone's like go-go boys.
Super buff.
I mean, I have never been. It's on you.
No, I've never been. They reject
That's
me.
impossible. What?
They reject me.
For what kind of reason?
They said I looked old. Yeah.
Okay, should we just play never been?
Well, I mean, it's true, it's never been. But I will also say that a lot of people say that while the quality is super high, everyone is super choosy. It's like, yeah, the guys are hot, but nothing happens. There's no action, and everyone's just walking around.
Is this a competition? It's like a bodybuilding show off or something?
Yeah, and everyone's sort of waiting for the next guy to be hotter and hotter and hotter. So,
but I don't get it. Everyone's already hot. You can.
Apparently.
Why don't you just have something with a hot guy, then have something with another hot guy
that's
later?
What I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what I have a feeling people that are they must be young.
Are they shy?
That sort of thing of like, that pride, that sort of, I want to wait for the best sort of guy who blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't want to go with someone who I'm like so with.
But maybe it can be like a very fun eye candy thing. I don't know.
But wouldn't you just get sad or frustrated?
Another thing I realized is like sometimes I do get rejected as well. But then when I see other hot guy get rejected, I was like, oh my God.
Yes.
No one can escape that. You know, like even though he is like so fucking gorgeous and hot, he still got rejected.
Yeah.
And that makes me feel more.
Yeah, sometimes I see hot guys getting rejected. I was like, oh, okay, it's not only me. Right?
Yeah.
But then it does make you wonder, who are these people waiting for then?
I think when I was in my 20s, I rejected even when they were my types. Maybe it's under the situation when someone was watching, like looking at me. So I didn't want to be like, tekito na onani, like, no, a little bit like easy. I don't want look easy. If other people are not getting to the action, it's hard for you to like stand out and being like, I'm the only one initiating, I'm the slut, you know, like I'm the one.
Even though you're at a bathhouse, get over it.
This one I have no idea. You put it on the thing. RIJIN. What is this?
RIJIN is an interesting take on the Hattenba where it's rubbing only.
Okay, then.
Yeah, I would put it at C. I would put it at
C.
I don't actually think it's a bad place. If you are wanting to explore, you're a little shy or you're a little unsure, I would say this place is really good because it's just limited rule-wise to rubbing.
It's like entry level.
It's very entry level. The reason why I'm gonna rank it lower is I want more than just rubbing. And it's in Kabukicho. So yeah, it's kind of an interesting location. It's almost like not very far from like Shogun Burger, above Boiler Room.
That's what you think. Okay, here.
Yeah.
Here you go, RIJIN. Okay, these I have no idea what's going on right here, so I'm just relying on your intelligence. Yeah.
Namara's A.
What happened there? Why is it so good?
Namara is a new Hattenba that opened up in Nakano. Did I tell you that I think that they own that building, that whole building now.
How big is the building?
It's 4 stories. I've seen over the last couple of years, every time one of the units in that building disappears, someone snatches it, and then they turn it into some sort of gay thing.
Wow.
And that whole building is like the gay building. So Namara opened up, I guess, last year, and it's geared towards people who are a little bit more nasty, like bare and stuff like that.
But in Japan, everyone's bareback. Like, what do you mean?
Yes, but they're more positive about, well, that's not the right word.
Encouraging.
Yeah, so they have things where they encourage prep use, which I think is actually not very common in other bathhouses here where bareback happens. Whereas this one is kind of like, hey, we know that this happens. That's okay. Enjoy your sexuality. By the way, prep. It's new. It's
so it's
good.
Clean. It's
clean. I think you would like it's not huge, but I think you would like the facility. The guys are good looking. There's a big range from young to, I would say, like mid 40s. There's also a big range of body types. But the only reason, again, I would say that's not S tier is because like Ninja, it's bigger than Ninja, but it's also a little bit small too.
Do you think it's better than Ninja, or do you think it's a little bit lacking than Ninja?
I honestly think it's the same as Ninja, so I don't know.
So same thing. Okay. Thought Glory Tokyo. Just want to make sure because there's so many glory theme thing. This one's in Shinjuku. No, this one's in Nakano. I fucking hated that place.
You hated it.
I didn't hate it. They were playing Devil Wears Prada.
They always or the Charlie's Angels or something like that. Or like I think they do Alien sometime too.
I think it was very like muscle on muscle as well. Sad that I'm not muscle, but
I don't think it's muscle.
You don't think it's muscle?
I don't think it's muscle.
But we were talking about this. You're saying
I know. I think it's a like beefcake. Smaller guys there too. I think there's a lot of variety.
I mean, the day I went, there were like a very more leaner guy, but they're all into like Silver Fox.
I think it is Yeah.
Yeah.
There are young guys, and when they come, they get like, it's like a tiger on like a poor little deer, like just like.
Wait, who is the deer? Who is
the little twink who like comes in, the young guy or whatever?
No. I mean, I only went there once.
Yeah.
But there were like two really handsome guys, like were my type, but they were jumping on
the older guys.
The silver fox.
That also does happen. You're right. I mean, I think it's S.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Because also I think that the people there are extremely talented at playing the flute.
Really? You like it more than Ninja and Namara?
To be honest, I'm struggling between S and A, but I know that you're gonna downvote it. So at the end, I really want it to be, I think it should exist at A at the very least.
Can we put it, okay, let's do S, so it's our list, you know? Okay, this one I also have no idea.
Marasite is essentially the sister bar to Namara. And Marasite started first.
It's in the same building?
No, it's in Nippori, Nishi Nippori. It's very similar to Namara. The difference is that it's almost body breath size. So it actually has the vibe of Namara, and like everyone's there to have a good time. Of course, everyone gets ignored at some point, right? But I feel like people are more willing to, have fun. They're there to have fun. They're not, just sitting and being super choosy on the wall. It's actually a lot harder for me to get to, time-wise and effort, but I will go there because I actually think that I'll probably have a better time and won't be waiting around as long. It's S tier for me, and it's higher than Suck Glory.
Well, really, I have never been to those S tier
And I'm saying
places.
you're not going because you're like, I don't go to bathhouses, and when I do, I'm gonna go to the ones like McDonald's that I know what I'm getting. I've told you that these ones exist.
That's good to know though,
Yeah.
because today I learned about places that maybe I want to visit next time,
Yeah. I would say you'd probably do really well there because I think that they verge a little bit more Asian for Asian.
I think you have a misunderstanding. Just because it's Asian on Asian, it's not easy for me. I get ignored a lot in body breath too. Yeah. But again, I can't put myself into your shoes because I don't know how much you get rejected, right?
Yeah,
so,
and I don't know how much you get rejected.
So we can compare. What is this?
I don't know
can't
what this
see.
is. What is this?
Wankers
Union. You're talking about one of them about like where all the young guys probably go in East Tokyo. And I think it's actually Wankers Union. Like RIJIN, it's a rubbing only bar.
It's very entry level.
It's very entry level. And RIJIN actually has, I felt like older, like in my age range of guys going. When I went to Wankers Union, it was like all university students.
Cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
But you can get in.
I got in.
Yeah.
It wasn't a restriction. It was just that people going there, I think those were the people sort of like flocking to that area, and it was fun, and there were all these really handsome younger guys. But the reason why I don't go there so often, it's the same reason I don't go to RIJIN, is because like
It's boring.
Yeah, a little bit of a hug and tug only. There was a little bit of and I'm not saying this in a shaming way because I used to be like this too when I was younger, but a little bit like unsure and like a little bit nervous. Probably better than RIJIN as an entry level. If you like younger guys, also that's the place to go.
I see. Okay, so where should we put it?
I mean, it's C. I guess it's ahead of RIJIN.
It's ahead of, you say it's better than RIJIN, right?
Yeah,
like here.
Yeah.
Here it should be.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Guess what is this?
Is that Junction?
Yes. They have like this AI generated photo. It's very representing what kind of people they want.
Yeah, Shinagawa Junction.
I used to go there a lot.
A lot.
I love this place.
Wow.
This should be an S.
Wow.
It's very young to young, like young on young people.
Yeah.
Early 30 people also go there as well. Like I think I can get in without a problem even now. The only reason I'm not going there but going to Body Breath is because it's further.
It's far, yeah.
But it's very like, I don't think it's very foreigner friendly. Even on the website, they were saying like,
Oh, is that the one that you have to speak Japanese perfectly?
you're better
So
at reading.
only those who can communicate perfectly in Japanese are allowed to enter this facility. Tourists with basic Japanese knowledge cannot enter under any circumstances. Only individuals who appear young and attractive, according to Japanese staff, can enter the store. Wow. For foreigners, only individuals in their 20s are permitted to enter. Foreigners often appear older to Japanese people than their actual age. Wow. Even if you communicate in Japanese, you cannot enter if you fall under our entry restrictions, such as age or physique. This is not a tourist establishment, so foreigner groups are not allowed to enter. Our store is specifically for Japanese customers. Wow. So we strongly recommend using other stores that welcome foreigners.
Which I understand. Okay, I think that's good enough. I mean, like, I think we should treat Hattenba as not as an individual thing, but as like a unity. You know, like, yeah, I mean, this is for this kind of clientele, but we have other facilities that's more catering to your taste. You know,
I'm great. Yeah, I don't. It's not. It could be better, but I understand what you're trying to say. People in the comments, let us know. I mean, do you think that that's bad or not? You know, high-end brands are like that, aren't they? I mean, I don't know about but that's my image of high-end brands. That they're like, sorry, we don't welcome your, your class here. Yeah, whatever. Right? They're wanting to keep sort of an image that people seek. I personally would be like, fuck you, you know what I mean? But it's not like these brands, these are high-end brands and these exist, right? So this is a common thing.
I have a question, because this is very close to, it's very convenient for you. Why don't you go?
I've been there.
Okay.
Yeah, and my memory, really long time ago, there was like 7 years. The design feels like you're on a ship. Like the doors have, right?
That's the place, yes.
And they have like, almost like little like, I thought the design was super fun.
Pirate.
Yes,
kind of
yeah. I really liked it. I really liked it. And the reason though why I didn't go back is kind of like with this other place I was talking about with the warehouse. I felt like I just got in. Like the guy was kind of humming and hawing about it and should we let you in? Like, fine. I mean, it's better than being rejected, but to be like, fine. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll let you slip.
Yeah. And then when I was in there as well, I think it took me a really long time to find someone who's my type. So I guess they're also trying to keep foreigners away from it. So having a foreigner in, the type of people who are going are not really, they're going to go to other places if they like foreigners, right? So I was just walking around a lot. For me, of course, I'd put it like in a C.
Okay, I'm gonna put it into A then. Honestly, last time I was there was like also 5 years ago. Yeah. So I don't know the recent situation. Last one on the list, J Sparkle.
So I've never been.
You have never been?
Because it's too young.
It's also like similar to Shinagawa Junction. I don't think people are picky over there. The facility-wise is not as good as Body Breath or Shinagawa Junction. I would put it into a B before Bump because I do enjoy it a little bit more than Bump.
Okay.
Also, I think I like young people more right now. So I really want to go to this like Wankers Union.
Why don't you go for a DNS? Maybe you can find some...
But nobody's gonna think I'm a D,
I don't know.
You know?
You don't know.
The sun is gonna looking for real D, not like...
not like
a fake,
yeah.
I guess this is our list. Is there anything that you want to move around?
The only thing I'm still just stuck to Glory Tokyo is because I'm looking at it, comparing it to Ninja and Namara, and I kind of feel like it's on the same level as Ninja and Namara.
So you kind of think it deserves like A?
Yeah.
Like a high A, low A before that?
Yeah.
Yeah, here?
Yeah. Oh, it's so hard.
Nayamashi.
Yeah. These three are all like...
Same. Neck to neck.
Neck to neck.
On the C tier, we have a lot of C tiers.
The only one there that I think could move to B is Ddog, but...
I actually don't think this deserves this high.
Okay.
I'm gonna move it. Should be this. Yeah, it's guilty pleasure, but like, it's not better than Boiler Room for me.
Maybe Ddog should be behind Meat.
Here?
Yeah. Because it is a good time.
It looks right to me.
I think that looks right.
Okay, then next time we just have to check the 3 out.
Yes.
I mean, you...
Oh yeah, you'll have to go. Yeah, I already can. So.
Can it be like if you have a
big... If I'm super buff?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you think you can challenge again?
Maybe. Like every time I say this to people get surprised. Like, can't believe you didn't get into Volcano. But I actually got rejected twice. So
they also have different restriction or stupid bans, like on hairstyle, on body type, on your age, on your foreigner or not, Asian or not. So we're not gonna go into details for these things. Definitely check all the website. We also not gonna put into the links because we get banned for putting their links into our description box. So just Google them if you wanna check more.
Google them and check to see if they fit you.